Hi there and welcome. This is Jennifer. I wanted to give an update on my favorite options for no-clog fine tip precision for liquid adhesives. I did a video on this a few months ago and I just kind of wanted to update it and let you know which ones I am still liking and which ones I recommend the most. I'm focusing on the two liquid adhesives that I think are the best, and they're both from Ranger. Their first is Glossy Accents, which is strong and clear, and my favorite thing to put on top of embellishments to give them a nice shine. The other liquid adhesive that I really like is the Multi-Medium and the Matte Finish. This dries matte and holds super strong, so I use this in all of my cards. Now, since both of these liquid adhesives come in a small bottle, let's look at the small bottle solutions first. So I'm going to share with you my favorite thing to do to these bottles to give a fine tip no-clog solution. So let's first look at the small bottle of Multi-Medium Matte. Now, when you open this, you'll see the nozzle is kind of large and the adhesive comes out with no problem, and it really rarely gets clogged. However, a lot comes out at once and it's hard to get tiny little areas. The solution that I found best for this small bottle is the Quilled Creations Precision Tip, and I've really enjoyed having this. Now notice the bottles are the same size. You could move the adhesive from the bottle into the empty one, but that's kind of silly to do. Instead, just get rid of the empty bottle and just replace the top on your multi-medium. So I just take pliers and pull the nozzle right out. It pops out very easily, and you can get rid of that or save it if you want to. And then you're going to take the Quilled Creations Precision Tip and just go ahead and put that right on top of the multi-medium bottle. It goes on nicely, and now you have a no-clog fine tip adhesive solution. Okay, so there's that little top there that stays connected to the lid. I recommend not pushing that down super far. If you push it down really far, it might get stuck there. I know that's happened to some people, and then the needle top comes out. So see how far I push it on? You don't need to do that. Just lightly put the cap on and it'll be fine. You don't need to press that down very far. That's one thing that I really recommend. When you want the cap out of the way, you can put it on the little piece that sticks out the side, and then you just squeeze it and check out the fine precision that you can get with this. And you really don't have to press that hard, so if you're worried about if your hand will get tired, I don't think you need to press super hard with this because the nozzle is pretty short. Now I always push it to kind of let the air come back through the nozzle, and then I put that cap on lightly, and I haven't had any problems with it clogging. Now I will say, for some people, that little connector between the lid and the bottle will break. But I actually find that if you break that off, it's actually easier, and you can not have to deal with that little connector piece. You can just have the cap separately. Now I wanted to show you this also works for the small bottle Glossy Accents. Again, I use a plier to pull the nozzle tip out, and I'm going to go ahead and put another Quilled Creations Precision Tip on the top of this one. I have found, again, that this has done a good job in preventing my Glossy Accents from getting clogged, and you also can get fine tip application of it. Now again, don't press that cap on firmly. You just want to lightly put it on top so it doesn't get stuck. And also with Glossy Accents, I recommend kind of wiping the nozzle off with your fingers before you put the cap on, just to prevent it from getting stuck. I haven't had problems. I know a few people had mentioned it, but I think most of the times it's because they pushed that lid on too far and then it wanted to pull the nozzle out. I've been using these precision tips on my small bottles of liquid adhesives for some time now, and it really has been helpful. I like that it doesn't get clogged, that it gives fine precision, and also I can lift up little embellishments that are on my card and squirt some strong adhesive behind them very easily, which really will secure it going through the mail. Now, some people do prefer or already have a large bottle of Glossy Accents. So I wanted to share with you an option that I have found that works really well for the large bottle of Glossy Accents. Now you'll see the large bottle has a nice, pretty fine tip precision. However, it does clog easily for some people. So I wanted to share what I have found works for this. Now I have used this solution for a long time now also, and I haven't had any problems with it. Again, you're just going to use pliers to pull the nozzle right off of the Glossy Accents bottle. It comes off quite easily. And you're going to replace this with the Scrap Perfect No-Clog writing top. So I'm just going to take it as is and just put it right on the top of my Glossy Accents, and you're good to go. The tip of this is not too long, which is great because you don't want to have to use a lot of force to get that liquid adhesive out. And check out the fine precision that you can get. I have been just as happy with the performance of this tip on the large bottle of Glossy Accents as I have been with the precision tip on the smaller bottle that I showed you earlier. Now, as with the other bottle, when you're done squeezing out the adhesive, you just kind of want to let the air back into the nozzle, wipe the tip off, and then check out this needle that kind of stays inside the nozzle, and that keeps it from getting clogged, and it just screws right in there. I haven't had any problems with this cap solution, and I think it's really helpful if you kind of keep that nozzle clean before you put the lid on it. I also feel I should mention that I tried a lot of different solutions for these liquid adhesives, and these are by far the ones that worked best for me, and I'm hoping that they might work well for you. There are a lot of options out there, and it can be kind of overwhelming. So this was just kind of a roundup of what I feel works best. But there is one other simple solution that I wanted to mention because a lot of people really like this solution, and you don't need to buy anything for it. So this works with both your glossy accents and your multi-matte medium. Now what this is just the hang tag off of clothing. So when you buy clothing at the store, you've got this little plastic piece that holds the tag on. That's all you need. What you do is you put it right into the nozzle of your glossy accents or your multi-medium and leave it like that. You don't need to put a cap on. This will be fine. And whenever you need it, you can pull that little tag out and it won't be clogged. So that's another solution that might work for you if you don't want to get any of the nozzle tips. So there you have it, kind of an update to my favorite tips for my favorite adhesives. If you are interested in these products, I always link them below in my YouTube description to multiple sources, or you can just hop on over to my blog at jennifermcguireinc.com, where I'll have much more information, including a giveaway. As always, I appreciate you stopping by, and I hope you'll return soon.